Hello, friends. We are going to do a lesson today on adding fractions with like denominators. So, a quick recap of what a fraction is: it is a number that is less than one whole. So, 2/8 right here is a fraction. The 2 is the numerator, the 8 is the denominator. When we say we are adding fractions with like denominators, what that means is we're going to add 2/8 to another fraction with a denominator of 8. So let's add 2/8 plus 4/8. Now this is a pretty simple fraction to add. If you looked at this as a picture, you would have one whole divided into 8 parts, and 2 of them would be shaded in. 1, 2. You would be adding to it a fraction where 4 of the eighths are colored in. And when you count up how many eighths we have now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you could draw another whole divided into 8 parts and shade 6 of them in. And our answer would be 6/8. Now, some of you may have noticed already, well, we didn't even have to draw that picture. If we keep the denominator the same and add the numerators, 2 plus 4 equals 6, we get the answer 6/8. And that's true. Some of the fractions we add with like denominators are very easy. I'll do another simple one for you without drawing a picture. 1/3 plus 1/3. Again, you'll notice our denominators are the same, so we don't have to worry about that. If I picture in my head what 1/3 looks like, and then I picture in my head what another 1/3 looks like, and I put them together, all I have to do is add those numerators, and I end up with the fraction 2/3. Pretty easy. We'll do one more easy one. 2/7 plus 4/7. Again, you notice our denominators are the same, so that means all we need to do is add our numerators. 2 plus 4 equals 6, and our denominator stays the same. Sometimes adding fractions with like denominators is super easy. Sometimes it gets a little more challenging. For example, let's imagine I was adding 3/5 plus 4/5. Now, at first, you look at this and you think, well, 5 and 5, same denominators, super duper easy. But when you look at the numerators, 3 plus 4, you're going to end up with 7/5. And I don't know if you remember what that's called. I'll give you a second to think about it. But I'll give you a hint. The numerator is larger than the denominator. That's an improper fraction. We need to turn the improper fraction into a mixed number. So you could draw a picture, and we know our denominator is 5. So we break our whole into 5 parts. And we know we're going to have at least 2 wholes that we need to work with. And we're going to shade in 7 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 1 whole, and here we have 2/5. So 3/5 plus 4/5 equals 7/5, but we're not done there. We need to convert it into a mixed number, which then makes it 1 and 2/5. So you have to take what you learned last week to finish out that problem. Let's do one more of these tricky ones here. We have 5/6 plus 5/6. Okay? Now, I'm going to try to do this one without drawing a picture. So I know my denominator is the same, so I'm going to keep it as a 6. That's an easy part. 5 plus 5 is 10. Okay, not too bad. 10/6. I know this is an improper fraction because 10, my numerator, is larger than 6, my denominator. So what I need to do is decide how many groups of 6 can I get out of 10? Well, 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. 12 is too high. So I can only do one group of 6. Okay? So I get one group of 6, and I know that I have 10. So I'm going to underline that 1 for now. I get one whole group. I know that I actually have 10 sixths. So I'm going to subtract 10 minus 6, and I have 4 left over. So that means I have 1 and 4/6 for my answer. Let me draw a picture of that for you in case that was confusing. I have 10 sixths. I'm going to divide my whole into 6 parts, and I'm going to draw 2 of them just because I know I have more than one whole. I have 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And right here I have one whole. And in this picture I have 4/6, which is the same as 1 and 4/6. So I hope this was helpful for you talking about adding fractions with like denominators. Some of them, like these first few examples up top, are going to be really easy for you. Some of them are going to end up being improper fractions, which means you're going to have to take one more step and turn them into mixed numbers. You can choose if you do that with pictures or with basic math. Let me know if you have any questions.